Here we got a 1976 AMC Pacer Centaur, an original 20,000 mile racer prototype, and museum car retrieved from 40 years of storage. Mini light wheels, wide tires. This car, you know, the concept behind this car was great. It actually had the right, actually, if they produced a car like this thing would have sold like crazy. You know, with these tires on it and stuff, and the fenders more flared out, this thing would have sold like crazy with that, the air dam on the bottom and the way the hood is. This car, it's amazing. But you know, they don't have the, you know, it's like AMC didn't have the financial resources to do a lot of stuff. And the car was actually a great car. Family had one of those, and it was a great car in concept, and actually the major drive components were like, I think it was a torque flight transmission. AMC had a great silk cylinder, but there was a lot of little details with ignition and some other minor stuff where they just missed quality control, you know, minor stuff, and it added up to a lot of customer complaints. But the car itself, and if they would have produced this car in mass, this thing would have been selling like, maybe you don't have to have the back seat and stuff, but you know, for the average consumer, you still fit a big pizza pie back there. That's the one. They had the commercial with the what do you call it? The you know, the big hoagie sandwich. They could fit crossways back there. This, I remember this. I remember these things. You know, they had that because the window didn't roll quite all the way down. A lot of glass on this thing. But this is like a one of a kind. Total one of a kind. Wow. And you know, the door is up higher a little bit because it gives you a little more entrance. You know, that's another thing. This was like a car that if you got in this car and you looked out, it's like you're kind of like in a bubble. You had great visibility. Yeah, look at that hood. Look at that hood on there. Look at this. Look at the fender wells. For 76, this thing is way ahead of its time. If they would have made every car like this with fatter tires on it, and say they used their 304 V8 or something like that in it, I guess, well, the problem is, I think the other thing is they were looking for economy, because this wasn't much after the oil embargo and the gas crisis. I think that was in 73. But still, the styling on this is awesome, man. What they could have done, this thing hit the mark all the way though. Just going that little extra, this totally hits the mark.